And hello! I mean, yar, oh, whatever. You know what I mean. My mateys. My pirate comrades. Welcome to the the fourth episode of Vege Challenge of Gothic Knight of the Raven. Hello, Rupert.
Hello, stranger. You must be hungry and thirsty. Perhaps I can interest you in my wares.
I didn't know he's going to greet me with hello, stranger, but you know, it worked out pretty nice. Let's talk with this guy, because, you know, he has a name and he's here.
I was actually on my way to see the Paladins.
There's little chance of that. Since the Paladins made themselves at home in the upper end of town, hardly anyone gets in there anymore.
Oh, why is that?
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
Me? Nah. I don't have much say here myself. There are a few people in the lower city who have enough influence to get you past the guards. Mateo, my boss, is one of them. Maybe you should talk to him.
Maybe I should.
Where can I find Mateo?
You're standing right outside his shop. Just go on in. He's practically always there.
Cool.
He never would have thought of that himself.
What about the other influential citizens?
The merchants and master craftsmen here on the main street are the most important figures in the city. You should try to get accepted by one of them as an apprentice like me. Since I started working for Mateo, the people in the city treat me with respect.
That sounds cool.
I need some money, and I'm looking for work.
I've heard that Bosper has trouble with his suppliers. His shop is right over there. They say he pays pretty well.
Okay, that's a name to remember.
What do you have to offer?
At the moment, I don't have much choice. The damned landowner doesn't deliver anymore. And what we get from the small farms isn't enough to meet the demands of the city.
I love that all the characters, or at least majority of them, has this strange redneck accent.
Tell me more about the Peasants' Revolt.
It's quite simple. Onar, the fat landowner, won't pay any more taxes to the city. Imagine, we're at war with the orcs, and that fat slob wants everything for himself. Normally, the city guard would take firm measures in such cases. But now comes the best part. They say Onar has hired mercenaries to keep the troops from the city off his back. Mercenaries! The whole thing will end in a damn war. As if one war weren't enough.
I don't like your fat shaming, but I understand why you're upset.
What do you know about Onar's mercenaries?
I heard that most of them are former convicts from the mining colony. And their leader's supposed to have been a big shot with the king, a general or something, whom they put away as a traitor. These are terrible times.
Show me your wares.
Do you have anything? You have a broom. I guess that wasn't funny. I can sell you a rusty sword or two, and a poker. I don't need this. Oh, I don't need a saw, at least, also, so I guess there's that. Okay, so Mateo is an influential person, so we should probably visit him and see what he's up to.
What can I do for you?
Why are you so quiet?
What are you selling?
I can offer you everything you need to survive in the wild. Weapons, torches, provisions, even armor. I still have a special piece in stock. Double hardened armor or snapper leather. Still unused. Interested?
What do you know about Paladins?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
That's pretty communistic.
The Paladins seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard. If I'm lucky, they won't take everything. At least they might leave the armor here.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
I've got an important message.
Well, well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
I don't see why I should even try.
You're probably right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business. But even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away. Because they have their orders.
They have their orders.
So can you help me get into the upper quarter?
It seems to be really important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here. But it'll cost you.
How much it will cost? Will it cost me?
What are you asking for your help?
100 gold pieces.
That's a whole damn lot.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But
In principle, it's my gold. Greta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her. But Master Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
I don't like that you want to use violence against a woman.
where can I find this Greta?
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece. His house is down the street, the last house on the right before the smithy.
How exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
Where could I sign on as an apprentice then?
Basically, with any master here on the main street. That would be Howard the Smith, Bospa the Bowmaker, Thorben the Carpenter, or Constantino the Alchemist. One of them is bound to take you on. But it's important that the other masters agree. That's always been the custom here in Corinus.
How do I get the approval of the other masters?
You just have to convince them. Go and talk to them. But if more than one of them is against you, you don't stand a chance. So behave yourself.
Okay, so I don't need acceptance of every single one. That's good to hear, isn't it?
Why don't you take me on as an apprentice?
I would, but the other masters wouldn't agree. I just recently took on another apprentice.
Oh yeah, the Rupert guy.
Is there another way to get into the upper quarter?
Perhaps. If I think of anything, I'll let you know.
Show me your wares.
Do you have anything interesting? Oh, you have a torch. I could use a torch. Probably. Okay, so if I want to become an apprentice, and I guess I want to, because why the hell not, I should talk to the carpenter. Or his daughter, actually. Oh, was it niece? I think it was niece. But I guess, as we're in front of the shop of the bowmaker, let's talk to the bowmaker first.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Bosper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings you to Corinus?
Your voice is funny.
I need to get into the upper quarter.
Where the paladins are? Forget it. You need to be a respected citizen here, or at least hold a decent job. As a stranger, you stand no chance of getting in.
Okay.
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know anything about hunting then?
Well,
I could teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
Okay.
what if I want to sign on with one of the other masters?
Balderdash. Harrod and Matteo already have apprentices. Constantino the Alchemist is a loner, and he hasn't taken an apprentice in years. And as for Thorben, everyone knows he's dead broke. He probably couldn't even pay it. I, on the other hand, am in urgent need of an apprentice. And I pay well, too. But no matter where you want to sign on, you need the approval of all other masters from the lower part of town.
Who says things like that?
apprentice give up his job?
All he said was that it had become too dangerous out there. If you're really interested, then you can ask him yourself. His name is Bartok. He's probably hanging out near Corrigan's Tavern. Go through the underpass from the smithy, then you're headed straight for it.
That's an open secret.
I'll probably will, thank you.
Will I get your approval to sign up with a different master?
All right, you shall have my approval, but on one condition. Work for me, at least for a short time. That way,
not what I
you
heard.
can find out for yourself whether you like my craft or not. And who knows? Maybe you'll end up liking it, and you'll stay with me. If you're good enough to sign on with me, you're also good enough for all others here.
He can't keep anything to himself.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will
It's gonna
teach
get
you how to
worse.
skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like. Or
Tell this to anyone.
you can start with one of the other masters, if that's what you really want.
Okay.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that?
That's an open
Probably Bartok, Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Let me
Actually,
tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayers. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they
Don't
lost
tell
him
this to
there.
anyone.
I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district, but they didn't find a thing.
You don't say.
Those bumbling lackeys. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my hands on that bastard. So you didn't know that.
no, I'm scared.
That's what I've always said.
Bye-bye. Well, I don't have enough learning points anyway, so I guess I'm going to stick for some other quest for a while. Hello.
Hey, you!
Ah, fresh face. You're not from Corinus, are you? This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere, no work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
I like the fact that you don't speak redneck.
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire.
And what about locks?
Well...
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
Well, this sucks.
What if I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the other masters here?
All right, I shall give you my approval. But you had better get yourself the blessing of the gods first. Say, are you a man of faith?
Of course I am.
Yes, a most humble servant, Master Thorben.
Then go to Vatras, the priest of Adanos, and have him give you his blessing. He will tell you where you can find a priest of Innos. You should get his blessing too. Once you have received the blessing of the gods, I shall vote for you.
Okay.
So, you know a lot about locks.
What good is a fine chest without a fine lock?
So,
I make my own locks. That way, I can at least be sure I haven't built my chest that sturdy for nothing. A poorly made lock is easy to break, and there are plenty of thieves about in Corinus, especially lately.
okay.
Can you teach me how to pick locks?
I don't know whether you can be trusted or not. For all I know, you might be one of those layabouts who only come to town to empty the chests of honest people. I'm not going to teach you anything before I'm convinced that you're an honest fellow.
Why not? I'm honest. Like, completely and stuff.
What do you know about the paladins?
Not much. They arrived by ship 2 weeks ago from the mainland. Since then, they've withdrawn to the upper end of town. Nobody here really knows exactly why they have come. Many are afraid of an attack by the orcs. I suppose, however, that they are here to quell the farmers' rebellion.
Okay.
Do you know anything about the Peasants' Rebellion?
Rumor has it that Onar, the landowner, has hired mercenaries to keep the king's troops from breathing down his neck. He was probably tired of having to throw his harvest along with his livestock at paladins and militia. All we notice of this in town is that the food prices keep rising. Onar's farm lies far to the east of here. We wouldn't know if there's any fighting going on there. And if you want to know more, ask the merchants in the marketplace. They get around the island more than I do.
Okay, cool.
Have you had an apprentice before?
Yes, and not too long ago.
And what happened?
His name is Elvridge. He's my nephew. I was quite pleased with him, actually, but one day he simply didn't show up for work.
Where is Elvridge now?
How would I know? He kept hanging around that filthy brothel by the harbor. I wouldn't be surprised if he's still warming the bed of some whore down there.
How long has it been since you saw him?
I guess it must be about 2 weeks.
Have you reported that to the militia?
Of course I have. They were supposed to catch him and see to it that the lazy bones does his work. But I already regret that. He can do whatever he wants. Sooner or later he'll realize he'll get nowhere in Corinus without a decent job.
Is that so?
That didn't sound really cynical.
I've come about Gritta.
My niece? What's your business with her? This isn't about money, is it?
She owes 100 gold pieces to the merchant Matteo.
Tell me this isn't true. Ever since that little piece of work moved in with me, I've had nothing but trouble. She's in debt with practically every single merchant in town. I had to borrow 200 gold pieces from Lamar, the moneylender, just to settle her debts. And now this. Gritta should be in the house. Go ahead, ask her. But I tell you this, she doesn't have a single gold piece.
We shall see. Can you sell me some lockpicks?
Well, all right, but they won't be of any use to you as long as you don't know how they work.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, bye-bye. I'm going to talk to your miss now. Niece, I mean. Getting the upper quarter, Matteo and Greta. Apprentice in Corinus. Oh! A hammer. And a saw. And Greta. I like this name. Greta. Sounds cool, isn't it? Doesn't it?
What do you want, stranger? If you come to beg, I must disappoint you. I am a poor widow. My name is Greta. Ever since my husband died, I have been running the household for my uncle Thoradin.
Okay.
How's it going?
Same as always, but I don't want to complain.
Matteo sent me. You still owe him some gold.
He wants his money. What for? The goods he delivered were flawed, bad fabric, and bad seams. And did you look at the colors? Those are not the colors I ordered. That's fraud, that is. Let me tell you, back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Such a good man he was. Handsome, hardworking, a gentleman of the old school. He had it all. Wealth, happiness. Sometimes we were even invited to high society events. The festivities, all the beautiful clothes and hairdos, the fine dining and civilized conversations. Everything was better back then. No one would have dared to humiliate the heart of a poor widow with such
Such what?
ridiculous claims. Whatever shall I do? My pension is barely enough to make ends meet, and times are getting even rougher. One sees it everywhere. People must scrimp and say, it's been weeks since the last ship came to town. My husband was the captain of a merchant ship, actually. He even owned the ship. From his long journeys, he always brought me presents. Exquisite freshest spices from the southern countries.
Okay.
Most people haven't even heard of these things. But then, one day, I got the tidings that the Brita had sunk. That was the name of the ship my husband called it that out of love for me. I wept and prayed that my husband had survived the disaster. Every day I hoped to hear from him.
in his wisdom,
All my longing was in vain. May Innos have mercy on his soul. May he rest in peace. Since that time, I have been living under these modest circumstances. And now this soulless, callous Mateo is after the last bit of my life savings. Please have mercy on a poor woman. Back when my husband was alive, he wouldn't have dared to do that. Oh, my poor husband.
he bade Enos to leave.
Yeah. That's a really tragic story. Well, I'm sorry for your husband, but still, you owe money to people.
Cut it out. Where's the gold?
But I don't have the gold. I'm only a poor widow.
What? No, I'm not gonna hit her.
Then we'll simply sell a few of your tongs. I'm sure you've still got a bunch of stuff in your closet.
How dare you? Uncouth lout. All right, here, take the gold.
See? That wasn't so hard.
And now, will you please leave my house?
Okay. Bye-bye. And hello, Master Torber. Your niece lied to you. You probably want to know that.
Your niece had 100 gold pieces.
What? The brazen little serpent. That was my gold. She took it from my chest. Give it back to me. I have to pay off Lamar first. Mateo can get his money later.
Nah.
No, Mateo will get his money back from me.
You're getting me into a real mess that way. Lamar is not terribly generous when it comes to debts. But at least you're planning to pay my niece's debts. I guess I ought to thank you for that.
Well, I don't like any of you, you misogynistic pigs. But, hey. Experience points are experience points. Hello, Mateo. Old fuck.
Here's your 100 gold pieces.
And? Did she cause any problems?
None to speak of.
Good. You've held up your part of the deal.
Help me sign on as an apprentice with one of the masters.
Don't worry. I'll keep my part of the bargain. The other masters will only hear the best about you from me.
Alrighty then. We finished one simple quest. And that took a while. Now, let's go to the Temple of Adanos. And visit the Mage Vatras.
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right?
So that he might undo the work
Here,
of Beliar.
we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a
And
lot like
Beliar
you.
spoke to
Apparently,
another
those guys
creature,
were looking
but
for you.
Adanos brought forth the tide, and the creature was washed from the face of the earth.
Should I play dump or... Nah, let's troll him.
Gee, I'd never have thought of that myself.
Very funny. What did those guys want from you?
Ask them yourself. You've got them safely locked up, haven't you?
No, they're dead.
I guess we'll never know then.
If you're in some kind of trouble, go talk to Lord Andre. Maybe he can help you. You'll find him in the barracks.
Oh, thank you, stranger.
But the human and the beast waged war upon the land of Adanos, and the wrath of the gods was with them.
Well, did I get this? I didn't get this letter.
And the human slew the beast, and it entered into Beliar's realm.
Okay. So, it's time to meet Vatras, the servant of Adanos. But that we'll do in the next episode. Thanks for stopping by, mateys. and see you around.